Good morning, Mr. Emmetum. Do you have a lawyer today?
No, representing myself.
You were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. It looks like you also, out of the same charge, picked up a fraud as well. I mean, okay, you can represent yourself. It's your absolute right. I mean, I don't know how smart it is. Have you ever represented yourself
Yeah,
before?
many times.
And how did that go?
I have many dismissals.
For what kind of cases?
I had a dismissal on unlawful carry before.
And you represented yourself?
Yes.
In this court?
Harris County.
Just found no PC.
Oh, well, I found no probable cause. That's why I got dismissed. You didn't represent yourself.
I was representing myself, but the judge did find no probable cause.
I found, wait, was it me?
No, it wasn't you.
It was.
Well, I don't know. I think it was you.
June 9, 2022.
I found no probable cause.
I think that was you.
You didn't represent yourself for nothing, man. I did it. No. Okay. So, well, you can hope and wish and dream do that, right? But, well, I like to tell people it's like brain surgery. When you need brain surgery, when you need heart surgery, are you going to do that on yourself? Because you're not trained, you don't know how to perform open heart surgery. Same thing with the law. You're not trained in it. I mean, I'm assuming that you didn't go to law school, did you? How far did you get in school?
I graduated school. I went to some college.
How far did you get?
2 years I got certificates. I mean, not through college, but I went to school.
Okay. So we're in the middle of trial now. And so I don't have the time to go through all of what they're called Faretta warnings to see whether you should represent yourself. I'm happy to do that. Why don't we?
Today, we step into Judge Fleer's courtroom, where patience meets its limit, and the law goes toe-to-toe with sovereign citizen logic. This isn't just a legal hearing. It's a chess match, except one player is reading from a rule book that only exists in his imagination. Our defendant arrives armed with pseudo-legal jargon, demanding corpus delicti and questioning jurisdiction, as if the magic words will make his case disappear. But Judge Fleer, he's seen this act before. He's not here for legal fairy tales. What starts as a procedural discussion quickly spirals into a verbal tug-of-war, one side grounded in law, the other lost in legal mythology. Stick around, because the moment the judge's patience cracks, it's a masterclass in how not to win in court.
2024, it's approximately 12:25 p.m. We are now in court 5. In front of me, I have Eaton Emmetum, case number 2522688. Would you please identify yourself for purpose of the record?
The man eats on Amazon.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? That you're going to tell the truth. That's it. Yes? Okay. State, would you identify?
Petrov on behalf of the state.
Okay. So the reason that we're putting this on the record now is Mr. Emmetum has been charged with the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon. The case is 40 days old. It appears that probable cause has already been found. I don't know if I did probable cause on this, or if I don't know if another judge did, because I don't remember Mr. Emmetum, and I was out a week. Yeah, lollygagging. So let's just do it for.
On August 2nd, 2024, officers observed a car without a front license plate, change lanes without a signal, and have expired registration as.
Ah, yes, the sovereign citizen's favorite spell. Asterisk square S, the corpus delicti. Asterisk, for those at home, that Latin phrase means body of the crime, essentially proof that a crime actually occurred. In real law, it doesn't mean. An injured person has to walk into court waving a medical bill. It can be evidence, testimony, or even circumstantial proof. But here's the twist. In most cases, especially criminal ones, the state doesn't need a living, breathing victim. In front of the judge, traffic laws, for example, are enforced by the state, not just individual complaints. But our defendant thinks he's uncovered a legal cheat code. Unfortunately for him, Judge Fleer holds the actual rule book.
Probable cause to go forward. Well, hold on a second. We'll get there. I'll let you say your piece, but do you have a Texas driver license?
I have a US dot private property number with the FMCSA. What my vehicle was on there, it was sticker tags, everything with my business, the Amazon Estates. That's with the Department of Transportation.
Is that from the state of Texas or from where?
This is federal. This is with the Department of Transportation.
Okay, but you still need a Texas driver license and you need registration and
I did
on
all
a
my
vehicle.
steps with them because it was private property that I had. They said I didn't, if I didn't need to get registration with the state of Texas because I registered it. And they said that would be my voluntary, but since it's private property, I wouldn't have to register it.
Okay. From what I know of the law, you need a Texas driver license to be able to drive.
This is, what jurisdiction is this case being tried on? That's what I'm trying to, because I'm kind of don't know what it's being tried on.
It's
Criminal, civil? Or,
criminal, yeah,
or
right? You're facing jail time, right?
I believe so. But
Weren't you taken to jail?
yeah.
So that wouldn't lead you to believe it's criminal, right?
Yeah, but under common law, or is it military and tribunal? Because also with
Oh, I've been waiting for something like this for so long. This is so much fun.
Listen closely. Judge Fleer is clarifying. This is a criminal matter. That should be the end of it. But sovereign citizens thrive on turning legal conversations into rabbit holes. The tactic? Keep shifting definitions and demanding proof of things that don't legally apply. It's like arguing with a GPS. No matter how many times it says turn right, they keep insisting the road doesn't exist. And here, the judge is trying to steer the conversation back to reality. But our defendant's steering wheel is locked on detour.
On highways and byways. So that's why you see every single state has different requirements for licensing, insurance, mode of transportation. The federal government has somewhat to do with it, but by and large, they have delegated to the states that they are their own entity with regard to creating laws in their specific highways. So that's why every single state has a different type of license, different type of insurance. Like the Texas driver license is what, white versus Arkansas might be yellow or red, or Hawaii might be. So that's every single state has their own laws with regard. In Texas, you have to have a Texas driver license. You also have to have liability insurance as a minimum in the event that you get into an accident. Those are the two main requirements that you need to drive. If you're going to drive a vehicle, it also has to be registered so that they know that you're driving the vehicle and that you own it or have the right to have that, so it's not a stolen vehicle.
I own the vehicle and everything. When I was here the last hearing with the judge,
If you're wondering why these arguments sound familiar, it's because sovereign. Citizens often use the same Cotan paste lines from internet forums and fringe legal guides. They'll toss in Latin, demand oaths of office, or insist. The court proved jurisdiction in ways that no law actually requires. The problem? These aren't spontaneous arguments. They're rehearsed performances. And while they might get applause in certain online echo chambers, in a real courtroom, they're about as effective as paying a parking ticket with Monopoly money.
Like on what's it called, on the light, it's got to be right there. They even tell you how many centimeters it's supposed to be from the street to the actual place on the car. That's how bad the state of Texas micromanages all these things. They even tell you how many damn centimeters it's got to be on the car. So you have to have a front license plate. You got to have a license, got to have insurance. So if you don't have that, you can't drive. And that's it.
yeah, I did tell him I was traveling. I wasn't arguing with him, but I was traveling. I wasn't making commerce. I used to do medical transportation, so I'm kind of aware with licensing and registration and everything. That's why with my private vehicles, I did that with the US DOT instead of the state. And I didn't know that was
Correct. You need a license. It doesn't matter whether you're saying you're conveying, whether you're traveling, whether you're, driving. It's a privilege. It's not a right, right? There's a big difference between a privilege versus a right. You have the right to
I have
walk.
the right to travel, don't I?
Yeah, taking your happy-go-lucky feet. You want to travel?
That's
Take
me.
those 2 feet to travel, not in a car.
Just what the 14th Amendment was saying, like I have the right to travel.
You do. Yes, and you can walk your happy ass from one part to the other part. Not in a car, though.
Judge Fleer's demeanor here is key. No raised voice, no sarcasm, just firm boundaries. This isn't his first run-in with sovereign rhetoric, and he knows the golden rule. Don't take the bait. Sovereign citizens want judges to overreact, to slip up so they can claim bias or judicial misconduct. By staying cool, Fleer removes that weapon from the table. You can see it. He's letting the defendant talk just enough to show the court record exactly what's going on. Letting the circus take over.
Do you have insurance? And if you don't have insurance, they're going to sue you, and then they're going to attach a lien on absolutely everything that you own to satisfy the judgment they get against you. And they will take your house, they will take your car, they will take your bank account, they will attach to where if you ever want to start working and get a paycheck, they're going to garnish all that money. You have insurance, liability insurance, so that if you ever get into an accident, you don't mean to do it. You didn't mean to kill the kid. It's not an purposement. It's an accident. And accidents happen. You might be looking at your phone, you're looking at, this pretty girl that's walking across the street, and then boom, you have insurance so that if that happens, the insurance company will pay on your behalf so you don't have to pay out of your own pocket. And they will even give you a lawyer to represent you on your behalf because that's what you pay for when you get insurance. If you get into an accident, lawyers usually call you and say, hey, man, tell me what happened. Was it your fault? Or was it the other people's fault? Because we want to know who to pay. And that's why for $30 to $40 a month, you get insurance for that very purpose. And I've seen people come here, they have killed someone, and they get a $250,000 judgment against them. I've seen it. And God, you'll never dig yourself out of that. So
if sovereign citizens have a favorite hill to die on, it's jurisdiction. They'll claim the court only has authority over corporations, maritime law, or legal fictions. In reality, jurisdiction is determined by geography and the nature of the alleged offense. If you're accused of breaking a law in this county, this court can hear your case, period. But our defendant is locked in a belief system where saying I do not consent is like flipping an off switch for the legal system. Spoiler, it's not.
now we got to test it. Is it weed?
Oh yeah,
Is it him?
That's it.
Understand that takes time, but you also need a lawyer to represent you.
I found my own discovery. I was representing myself pro se.
And you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
But we have to go through a series of questions.
I represented myself plenty of times. I had dismissals here from Harris
Remember,
County.
and for purposes of the record, so Mr. Emitom had a case with me here. It was actually June 7th of 2022. He was charged with another gun case. And that was with Victoriano. God, that was a great DA too. And I found no probable cause in that case, right? So you didn't represent yourself in that case. I found no probable cause and they dismissed it. They didn't have to dismiss it, but they did dismiss it. So other than that case, have you ever represented yourself?
Yeah, many times. I have dismissals all through here from Harris County. Traffic violations.
You're welcome to do it, and who's one of the worst, who's one of the best presidents that in history that you can think about right now?
Wonderful to me right now.
You can't think of one good president that we've ever had?
I don't know any.
Abraham Lincoln, he wasn't good?
I never met him. I don't know about him at that time.
Abraham Lincoln said something. He goes, you know what? He who represents himself has a fool for a.
And there it is, Judge Fleer, drawing the line. You can almost feel the temperature drop in the room. This is the moment where patience runs out and procedure takes over. No more debating imaginary laws, no more rehashing internet legal theories. The court is moving forward. If the defendant refuses to participate, the system moves without him. This is the hard truth. Sovereign citizens never quite accept the law doesn't wait for you to believe in it.
Entitled to represent yourself. And if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to it. And I have no problem with you doing it. You need to understand though, if you represent yourself, you can't come at a later day and say, you know what? I had ineffective assistance of counsel. My lawyer sucked. Well, you represented yourself. You now can't complain about that. You know, if you go to trial and you lose and I end up putting your butt in jail for a year, you can't complain. You're stuck like Chuck for a whole year because that's what you're facing. You're facing a year in jail and you got a bunch of other documents too that, you know, so
My discovery from that last month that I
well,
filed.
let's do the question. So what is your full name?
Eton, Cheese Roque, Amaton.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Where were you born?
In America.
Were you born here in Houston? Were you born in?
From Texas.
Okay. You read and write English, right? Okay. Do you have any learning disabilities or communication handicaps? Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent or treated for any mental health disorder? Okay. You said last time I asked you about your educational background, you graduated from high school.
Graduated high school, some college.
How far did you get in college?
2.5 years.
Did you do any legal courses whatsoever?
Left that and I started doing medical transportation. I was taking classes for.
In the end, this case is a textbook example of sovereign citizen theatrics meeting judicial patience. We saw every tactic, the Latin phrases, the jurisdiction challenges, the refusal to acknowledge authority, and we saw Judge Fleer's counter. Stay calm, stay focused, and keep the case moving forward. Whether you find this exchange frustrating, hilarious, or both, one thing is certain. Courtrooms run on law, not internet legal myths. What do you think? Should judges give these defendants more leeway to make their arguments, or shut them down faster? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you learned something new. Subscribe for more courtroom moments where drama meets reality.
Both sides had to introduce evidence. There's a specific procedure that you have to follow to have evidence admitted. It's detailed in the codes. You have to know that because once you represent yourself, I'm going to treat you as if you were a lawyer. I will hold you to the same standard. And I'm not here to put you through law school because I have way too much drama as it is. I don't need any more drama, right? So if you don't do it the right way, I'm going to shut you down, right? I like to be nice to people, but I'm not taking you to school. Do you understand this? Do you understand the charges against you?
I don't understand the nature of it.
Okay, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail. What they're saying is that you unlawfully had a weapon. As a result, you were charged, and now you're facing up to a year. Do you understand?
Yeah, what they're telling me, but I still don't understand like why I went to jail for that. That's why.
What do you not understand?
The court procedures or.
No. I'm asking about the nature of the charges. No, let's not. Don't talk about the procedures. Don't talk about the licensing, about the conveying.
Yeah, I know
No.
I'm getting charged with unlawful carry. And
Right.
The
Do you understand that?
yeah, what's going on?
Okay. You have the right, or you understand the range of punishment that you're facing a year, correct?
That's what I've been told.
Okay. You have the right to court-appointed counsel. Do you want counsel to represent you?
I don't want legal advice. I don't need a legal team. I just want law.
If I offer you a lawyer now, would you want it?
them.
You really don't want a lawyer?
I represent myself.